So it's like if you write out that goal set and target it, and sometimes even having a specific date in mind that you can reach it so that you can motivate yourself, do that.
Yeah.
But then also just don't take flight. Like, make sure you confident in it, because I mean, if you're not confident, it shows, it displays, and that's what you need. You need people to, believe in you because you believe in yourself. So you gotta lead with that too.
Man, that just hit me right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's live.
What up, what up, what up, what up? What's going on? Welcome to the We Are The Ones podcast with your host, Kareem Manuel. Thanks for tuning in. As always, before we get started, make sure you go ahead and click that subscribe button. Go ahead and like this wherever you see in the video. And if you move by anything we saying, you got something you want to say, make sure you leave a dope comment down below and we'll make sure to get back to you. We're dropping every Wednesday right here live and in full effect. And when I say live, I mean pre-recorded and edited for your viewing pleasure. And yeah, today I got a dope guest, friend of mine I see all around the city of Atlanta, in person and then all around the country online, a curator of vibes, a maestro with the sound waves. From what I can tell, also extremely athletic, and we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that as well. We got Boogie LOV in the building.
What's up?
What's up? How you feeling?
I'm feeling amazing, man.
Yeah, you look good. Thanks for pulling up. Thanks for grabbing the seat and the chair. We're going to dive in and how we start every episode. We just tune into ourselves first. We do a quick little breath and then a check-in.
Okay.
So if you can follow me, we're going to just close our eyes. If you're working somewhere, don't fall asleep. But if you got some space and some time, just grab your seat. If you're laying down, whatever you're doing, just relax your face, relax your jaw, relax your shoulders. We're going to take a couple deep breaths in. We're going to breathe in for 5 seconds, hold at the top for 5, breathe out for 5, hold at the bottom for 5. I'll snap to keep count. And here we go. Deep breath in. Hold. And out. Hold. In. Hold. Out. Hold. Last time. In. Relax. Hold. Relax your face. Relax your jaw. Out. Hold. And in. Take a regular breath in. Find your regular breath. Move your body around. Give thanks for even being able to move and to breathe. Whatever's going on, we are alive right now and we are thankful. Open your eyes and Boogie for our check-in question.
Ooh.
It's the holidays. You just had a birthday.
Yes.
What is the best gift you've ever received? It could be from any time period in your life. And it's just what comes up to your mind right now. So if you're watching, don't hold her to this. If you like, yo, what about what I got you? This is what she's feeling right now.
I would say the first thing that came to my mind was God. The best gift that the higher being ever gave me was the gift to bless others with my gift, and that's DJing, doing music.
That's lit. If you was in church, we'd be running around right now. That's right, baby. Amen. For me, the best gift I ever got I remember being, I think, 14 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what year it was. And I'm the oldest of three. I got two sisters. And my mom and dad got them a bunch of amazing stuff. They got a TV VCR combo.
Oh,
They
gosh.
had lazy boy chairs. And I'm opening my gifts and I got like a deck of Uno cards.
Okay.
I was salty, but I was trying to still just be supportive and be happy. So I'm like, oh, yeah, man, you got a reclining chair. You 11. Okay. They got the TV VCR combo. And back in the day,
combo.
you know what I'm saying? The 5 Heartbeats, the Temptations on VHS, they was lit. And I was like, every gift I opened was worse than the first. It was like a yo-yo, and I was like,
setting you up.
They was.
Yeah.
So then my dad was like, because I was like the IT person in the house. Anytime something was messed up with the electronics, it was like, Kareem, can you fix the caller ID or whatever? So it was like, Kareem, something wrong with the VCR. Can you come and fix it? And when I went over there to fix it, they had got a PlayStation, the first PlayStation.
The gray one.
Yeah, the gray one with like NBA Live 98 or 99, one of them with the Vince Carter. Boy, I lost my mind, boy.
I knew you had to cry.
Man, they got a picture of me like right before the tears came. I was like, I was lit. I appreciate that. That's what came to my mind. That's the best gift.
Man.
And then you mentioned it, like your gift of being able to share with others. Can you think of a time where you felt really good giving somebody a gift?
My brother.
Okay.
It was his birthday, and he's known to like volunteer and help people out in any shape or fashion. So it was his birthday, and I got to a point where I was able to financially do certain things. So I was like, man, I'm gonna take care of my brother because he always take care of people. So I got a personal chef for him.
Ooh.
And so they made lobster mac and cheese, salmon, and what else? It was something else, but I was like, man, for him to come downstairs and see that, and he the man in the house. So it's like, man, I get a home cooked meal and I got a pan. And I was like, man, just to see that and to be able to put a smile on his face and feed him at the same time for his birthday at that.
That's love.
Like,
That's love. If you listening, you watching, we just encourage you, give somebody the gift of love, whatever it is that you can give. You don't never know what somebody going through. Maybe you do know what they're going through, but it feels good to just love on somebody. So think of somebody and just do something nice for them. If you come back and tell us, that's cool, but you can also keep it to yourself and just do it for the love. For me, what's coming up right now, I don't know. I paid my ex-wife's student loans.
What?
Yeah, but not when she was my ex, when we was married, but still it was lit. It was like something like 50, 60,000 bucks. And we got that.
Rewind. 50, 60.
Yeah, it was something like that.
Yeah.
And it was just like, man, clean.
Ooh,
go ahead.
That's a blessing right there.
You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to you.
Shout out me. Shout out me.
Somebody ain't doing the math right.
Shout her out too, man. She's a mother of 2 beautiful children, and I appreciate it. All right, so you talked about DJing, and we're just gonna get right to it. When did you decide? How did you decide? I'm gonna start learning how to DJ, and I'm gonna do this for my thing.
I was at a party, and
how old?
What was that?
Around
20 something.
Okay.
So, originally, like I produced music and everything, but for some reason, it wasn't picking up faster than I thought, and I was like, it's more politics in it, and I was like, man, I need to pivot real quick. So I'm at a party, and the guy was DJing, but it was like the transitions and the song choices. I was just like, this not adding up. Like, and he's getting paid for this.
Yeah.
Like, and I was saying, no shade for the DJ, but thank you for inspiring me. But it was just like, if he could do it, I could do it too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I was like, okay. All right. But it was just the thought at the time. And so one day, one of my folks, she opened up a shoe boutique, and it's called Authentic Soul. And
that's clever.
Yeah.
Shoes, soul.
Yeah. So she was mentioning that she needed a DJ. And she was like, I'm looking around, and do you know anyone? And I was like, I'll DJ. But mind you, I ain't
You
have
ain't never-
no equipment.
You ain't even got no equipment.
I didn't have no laptop. I didn't have no console. And then I was just like, something just told me, like, I'll do it. So I bought like a cheap MacBook and a cheap console. And I'm just on YouTube, just like trying to figure it out.
How many days do you think you had to practice and get everything together?
Man, probably like a week or two.
Wow.
And I was like, man, I can't be going there and doing this and people like, hey,
feeling how you felt about, oh boy.
Yeah, and it was like, shoot. So, and then mind you, on top of that, it wasn't like no small business. So it's like well-known people coming.
Yeah.
And it's like, all right, I'm going to just do it. And after that, when I did it, I was like, it felt good. And from then on out, people was like, I didn't know you DJ. And in the back of my mind, I'm like, I didn't even. So it just
we both just found out.
Yeah, so it was like, I love to do this, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, it just went from there.
Man, how many years ago was that, you think? You don't have to. 10?
Yeah.
15?
Yeah, I want to say like 10, 15.
And obviously you're still doing it, so it's going well.
Yeah.
What was that feeling like? So we say we are the ones we're waiting for. And to me, those moments are exactly what that feels like. Mm-hmm. It's like there's a moment that happens and you're like, oh, I can do it.
Yeah.
And then it just becomes your thing. Mm-hmm. Was that the first time you have felt that type of clarity and intuition in your life? Or could you think of other times in your life where you were like, oh no, it's on me. I got to do it. I got to show up and do that.
I would say in high school. So I'm originally from Maryland.
Okay.
And go-go is a big thing.
Yeah, it is.
So in high school, it was a band called Pitch Black. All males, right? So they had a house party. They was DJing. I mean, not DJing. They was performing. And they didn't really have too much, like the front line and all of that. They was just now starting. So a guy had walked off from the keyboard. And I was just like, man, I play on the keyboard, you know, and I'm playing and they looking at me like, oh, okay. So I went to a couple of their shows and I was just like, man, I'll be on the keyboard. Just let me know the times and date. And man, we was up there.
What?
Like Backyard and TCB. I miss y'all, man. We need a reunion. Like,
shout out Pitch Black. So you play the keys too?
Yeah.
What other instruments you play?
Man, I was picking up so much shit. Can I?
Yeah,
play?
You can say.
Okay.
It's your world,
I was picking up so much shit like from elementary. I started off with the clarinet, and then
I could not get those reed instruments,
man,
the woodwinds, and that's why shout out to Andre 3000. I know I love it, but I'm talking about me. Like I can't do it. But go ahead.
Went from the clarinet, trumpet, guitar, keyboard. Like whatever I could put my hands on, it was just like, because it's like once you learn a certain instrument, it's like you could transition to other ones. Now, like strings, you could count me out on that one. Like violin and cello and all that.
Nah, that's not for you.
Nah, that's not for me.
But percussion and woodwinds and stuff, you good.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Pitch Black, shout out Pitch Black and to the upcoming reunion. And so now you go, you DJ, you have a good time.
Mm-hmm.
People start booking you.
Yep.
And you're like, oh, I'm gonna take this serious.
Yeah.
And then like what was one of the times that something happened and you were like, oh, this is real, for real, for real? Like what was a venue or the event or who invited you out and you knew like, oh, I'm gonna do this for a while?
Let me see. I wanna say I think the biggest shift for me was, I'm going to say, the Village Market. And shout out to you, Dr. Key, for real. But it was a major shift for me because I was able to be in a position where it was other Black-owned businesses. And we were all pouring into each other. Yep. And it was like, you know, we feeding off each other because, in a sense, we have our own businesses. But at the same time, majority of us have 9 to 5.
Yep.
Or we're parents, and it's like balance, you know? And
I do.
So that was the major shift for me where it was like, all right, if I could focus like solely on my passion, then who knows where it can go. And being in that environment and getting that check, it was just
Shout out to checks from the black businesses.
So it's like, if I can make my paycheck in one day, then it's like, what? Why am I sitting at this job 40 hours, you know what I'm saying, just to make ends meet when it's like, I could just bank on myself.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's going to be struggling times, but it's like, I'd rather struggle because it's me as opposed to I'm struggling because I'm reaching for somebody else.
Yeah. Nah.
You know what I'm saying?
You the one. When you felt that, it's like, I can just go do this myself. I need to focus on my passion. Like, what was that conversation like in yourself?
Man. What?
Keep it all the way funky. Like, were you like, I got this, I'm ready to go? Or did you have to hype yourself up?
Man, it was a hype for probably like 3-4 years.
Yeah. Wow.
Say. Like I fully transitioned to being a full-time entrepreneur during COVID. And it was me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I did it. It wasn't like a forced thing, like you're laid off or anything like that. But prior to it, like, I would always write in my my journal, like, this is what I want to do. I want to leave my job. I want to work for myself. I want to tour and this and that. But I didn't put a specific date on it. It was just like, this is what I want to do.
Yeah.
And I would always do that like before the year start. And so what happened was, 2020, it was just like a light bulb. And it was like, you know, I made a plan, I saved money, and I was like telling the job, like, you know, I need a raise. I kept saying, I need a raise. I need a raise. And they was like, okay. And I never got that raise. So I was like, okay, I got something for you.
Yeah.
We're going to do this draw 4 card right here. I don't have a raise. I'm leaving. Here's my 2-week notice. And I'm not staying 2 weeks. I'm leaving. And I'm going to work for myself.
And it's been good ever since, yeah?
Yeah, but that talk in your head where it's like, yes, everyone.
Yeah.
That talk with yourself is like, you got to be real.
100%.
Because it's like, do you really fully want to do this? Is this something that you want to do, or are you just doing it because you see other people doing and you think it's cool?
Yeah.
Or you want to wait? Because it's like, I really didn't have an example in my family. Like, I'm the first entrepreneur. So it's like being told you have to have a job, you have to have a plan and this and that. And I talked it over with God as well as my family, and my mom and dad always say, like, if you have a plan, work your plan. You know what I'm saying? And everything else will follow. So
they supported you.
Yeah, for sure. 100%. But my mom was like, look, now, you go this route. Don't be asking me for money now.
Okay. Okay.
Hard times sometimes.
Yeah, for sure.
Help me out.
For sure. Now, it's always hard. It's hard for the visionary. It's like, you see a vision for your life. You see an opportunity. You're going to take it. You know, going into it, there's going to be up and down. Like, some months you booked Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. And then other times it's like,
what the hell?
Yep. But if you can hold on, it's like everybody at the end gets to say, like, I always knew you could do it. I believed in you. I always believed.
With that little buffer section, it's like, shit, man, you be having talks.
So so that's for real. Like, so what are some of your strategies and ways that you keep yourself vibrating high, keep yourself, you know, keep the faith and keep going when it feels like, oh, what's going on here? Like, this, it's gonna be a rough week or a rough month. Or...
Yeah. Well, you always see me in the gym.
Yeah.
That's my safe haven right there. Like, I always tell people, I equate my health to my wealth.
Yeah.
So it's like, if I don't feel good, like physically, mentally, then I already know that aspect, like, success or money or whatever I want drawn to me is not going to come to me because I'm not in alignment. So I make it a point to work out because that's how I get my frequency up,
Yeah.
So,
I'm a shout out effect
of course.
right now. I remember my first time at the Effect. I had Rejoice on, and she the one who invited me the first time I went, and it was so much. I didn't even know what was going on the whole hour. Like somebody's on the mic, but I couldn't see them. I had no idea where they were at. I didn't know it was an actual DJ.
No, it ain't no DJ.
It's a playlist. No, I think that day it was a DJ.
Well, it had to been because typically I DJ before the class.
Okay.
So it's all shout out to Dooley. That's my brother. He be having a fire playlist.
Man, I'm talking about I was in church.
Yeah.
I was up there and I was like, what is this? This is the most incredible experience when it comes to working out. Cause you're in there with hundreds of other Black people. Mm-hmm. And to me, like the 808, it's like war drums. Mm-hmm. So there's times it's like I'm processing my life.
Yeah.
Like what, like the struggles and the challenges of my life. I'm 20 minutes in and I'm like, I don't know if I got one more raise in me.
That's how life is. That's what I always tell people. Like, if you really want to find out what you made of, just go work out. But go work out to a place where it's like going to push you beyond what you think you're capable of.
Listen, because I'm talking about 10 minutes in, I've done worked out harder than I'm talking about 10 minutes in. And then the way he'll talk and just be like, it's your leg. Like, you got to do it. Find a way. Yeah. And you know how many times in my business, it's like, I have no idea. And it's like, find a way. Nobody's coming to save you. Like,
Right.
So get lost in this music, find your beat, and then to be surrounded by other people also doing it together at 5 o'clock in the morning, bro. All right.
You ain't going to catch me with that 5 unless something going on. But no.
What's your time?
Typically, I train at 4:30. Shout out to my trainers, Alphabet and Dooley. So I train with them, and then I do boot camp after.
Okay, bet. All right, so you got the DJing going on. You're an entrepreneur. The pandemic was a wild time. Yes. I had a great time, but it was wild for a lot of people. But that's when you said, all right, I'm going to fully step into this. Mm-hmm. And so now how are you managing your personal life, friendship, family, dating, keeping your skills sharp, booking shows, all those things? You feel like you a master at that yet? Are you still learning? What's going on?
I would never say I'm a master at anything because you're always a student, like continually learning. Yeah. But I would say pretty much I'm really finding the groove, because I don't think you'll ever truly be balanced, I think it's more so how you maneuver between it and how comfortable you are. So I typically map out my days and have everything calendared or alerts or something. Like it could be like waking up in the morning, reading a book. I got that time stamped. Or working out or practicing. Like if I don't have a schedule to adhere to, then it's like I'm out of whack. I don't know what's going on. So that's how I keep it in effect.
All right, so if somebody's looking to start, they just starting their own conversations of like, man, I can do this. Mm-hmm. I need to go ahead and make this move. I need to try. I need to shoot my shot. Mm-hmm. If there's anything that you have to say that could encourage them, inspire them, or just help prepare them for the journey ahead, what would it be right now? If you could talk to yourself as you were having those conversations, what did you need to hear or believe?
First and foremost, definitely make a plan. Write out your plan. Write out your goals, your missions. I wouldn't say like 5 years. Just start with like either 5 months or even closer 3 months, because it's like it's realistic. 5 years, it's like you really don't know what's going to happen in 5 years. People didn't really know that COVID was about to happen.
Man.
And it's like that shifted the whole plan for anybody. So it's like if you write out that goal set and target it, and sometimes even having a specific date in mind that you could reach it so that you can motivate yourself, do that.
Yeah.
But then also just don't take flight. Like make sure you confident in it, because I mean, if you're not confident, it shows, it displays, and that's what you need. You need people to, believe in you because you believe in yourself.
Mm.
So, gotta lead with that too.
Man, that just hit me right now. Cause that doubt is such a bitch. Like,
It
just
is.
like
It is.
just not knowing, not being sure. It's like, is this right? Even especially when I'm working with other people, it's like, am I being too aggressive? Am I not being aggressive enough? Am I standing up for myself? Am I going with the flow? What's healthy? And I love what you said about just being in alignment. I'm definitely gonna take that this week and like just
got to, man. Because what I've learned, like, in these past couple of years, it's like shifting to like health and stuff.
Yep.
Originally I used to eat like meat and all that, but now I just eat like lamb and seafood here and there. But I had did a 30-day fast, like juices. Shout out to Tierra Goes Green, because that's what I did. But it was originally supposed to be for 10 days. No, I think it was 5 days. And this one I was working a full-time job, but I wanted to shift and focus on myself. So I did the 5 days, and I was like, I need more. And this is straight juicing.
Yep.
Straight juicing.
This is you're talking my language.
So I'm like, all right. After I got over the hump, it was like, I still need more digging to do. So then I did 10 days, and I'm like, shit started like feeling like heightened. You know what I'm saying? Like you sleeping good, you waking up before your alarm clock, and
talk to him.
It's like shit is just flowing. And it's like, you want to do this, and it's like boom, 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 boom. And it's like, what the hell?
It ain't even that hard.
Yeah. So I'm like, shit, I'm going to go 30 days. Did 30 days. I'm walking outside. The sun feeling like I'm recharging.
Yep.
Man, it's like everything is fucking clear. You know what I'm saying?
They're gonna think you cap, but that's exactly how it goes.
It do.
You get them plants inside you, then the sun starts talking to the plants, you actually recharging. That's how I did my first juice fast. It was supposed to be a 3-day. Felt so good at 3 days. I was like, let me see if I can do 7. Then 7, and I was like, yo, I feel incredible. It was like 21. Man, I still ain't stopped.
Man, because it's like, I tell people like, man, after the 30 days, it clicked in my head. Like people really be searching for this feeling.
Yep.
And people drink, smoke, whatever. And it's like that little high, whatever you feel, it's like you could really get this if you just focus on yourself.
I love that you brought this up. I hope that y'all tap in with this some more. We'll keep sharing about just the power of juice fasting, as cleansing, the power of plants. But I was really sick before. I think you met me right at the beginning of or in the middle of the transition. But going from 250 pounds, diabetic, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, all that, to where I'm at. And people was like, oh man, it must have been so hard. And I was like, it felt as easy as going to sleep and waking up. Like once I switched my mind to, if I love myself, what am I going to eat? Am I loving myself right now by eating this thing or not?
Yeah.
And just going like, okay, I'm going to put this in this juicer and I'm going to drink it. And now it tastes so good. Like, y'all don't even get me started. This shit, it's not hard once you.
Yeah. But it's your mind. Everything leads back to your mind.
Yep.
Like the mind shift with me doing what I do. It was like, hey, I feel like I could do this.
Yeah.
Then your mind just like, okay.
And now you definitely consider one of the best around. So I appreciate that. Where can people tune in and tap in with you? I know you got gigs all around.
Yeah.
Where can people find you at?
social media everywhere. You can find me at BOOGIELOV. So that's Boogie Love. BOOGIELOV. No E.
And I love the branding, like even in your comments and how you call everybody love and hey, like it's just like
thank you,
it's
man.
just such a stamp.
Thank you.
It's just
I
such a stamp.
appreciate
Yeah,
it.
for sure.
You gotta lead with love, because I mean, there's so much negativity out here. Like, you just, it's all love.
All right, before I close, I want to ask you about that.
Yeah.
How do you feel being so clean, being able to see so clear, feeling so much love? I don't want to lead with the question, but this is how I feel. Like surrounded by so much negativity and hate. Like, yeah, how do you feel navigating those waters on a day-to-day basis?
It's easy, man. It's easy.
Man, you're gonna have to teach me something.
Because you gotta think, like, I am who I am.
Yeah.
You know, and I can only control me.
Yeah.
I can't control other people. Like, it's so many times, like the other day, I'm DJing a gig. This man literally comes up to me, like, real close, like
too close.
And I'm like, back up, sir. First of all, you're in my space.
Yeah.
And you're close. Like, you're literally up on my laptop. That close. And I really wanted to shift, like,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it was just like, you know, just educate my man. And just.
And he listened?
Yeah. It was
See, niggas
like,
be trying me.
But it's like you gotta hold your ground.
Sometimes I got it.
But look, the timid, like, just being like water, and you know, just, it's like they know it's because it's like the quiet ones that fuck you up.
For period. I'm with it. And I do see you. You do lead with love. And I see that you can stand up for yourself. And that's my favorite way to be. I think I'm just learning a lesson right now on how to
still what?
Honestly, like how to stand even firmer. I think I flow too much.
Okay.
And so sometimes, I don't know if you ever watched the Avatar, The Last Airbender. It's a cartoon series. Okay. And the Avatar has the access to all the elements, power of all the elements.
Okay.
But this one was born an air sign, like a Gemini or something like that.
Okay.
And so he's learning fire, he's learning, but when he gets to Earth, he was having the hardest time because he couldn't just flow. Like, he's air, so he likes to just like flow and be funny. And then with the Earth, like, he had to just learn how to stand and be like, no. I think that's where I'm at right now in this season of my life, is like, no, you just gotta put your foot down and just stand. And
you do.
Yeah.
Because once you know what you bring to the table, it's like, and you got a track record.
Period.
You know,
I ain't bring nothing to the table, and I'm the table. All right, well, I appreciate you so much pulling up. I hope to see you in the gym. We're going to check out now just the same way we checked in.
Okay.
We're going to close our eyes. Anything you want to say to close before we get out of here?
I want to say, just believe in yourself.
Come on.
And do what you got to do. Stop being fearful. And if you believe in God, if you believe in a higher power, just take it up with that. And, you know, just follow it. Just follow it, because it's a reason why it's planted in you. And you have to put it out to the world, because if you don't, you blocking your blessing as well as those. So.
And on that note, close your eyes, take that in, stop being fearful, lead with love. It's in you for a reason. It's time for it to come out. And we're just going to take a couple breaths into that truth, into that understanding. So deep breath in through the nose. Hold. Out. Hold. In. Hold. Keep holding. Out. Hold. 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 and bring it in. Boogie, thank you so much. I appreciate you so much.
man.
This was a blessing. Thank y'all for tuning in. This is the We Are The Ones podcast. We'll catch you next Wednesday, anywhere that you listen to podcasts, or if you're tuning in on YouTube, thank you so much. Make sure y'all pull up on us in the store, Pond City Market. We'll see y'all soon. Until next time, bam, take us out.
We are the ones we've been waiting for. Found everything I needed, me no need to look no more. The timing was exquisite, even when I thought I missed it. I was tripping, I was falling, but I never failed. I embrace my flaws and imperfection. I am grateful for the lessons and the blessings. Remember when I was stressing, we can do anything we put our minds to. Believe that. We open to the ops and the feedback. Ops mean opportunity, hoping that you see that. I'm saying what I mean. We brave enough to go after our dreams. It ain't really hard as it seems, and even if it is, then we can do the hard things. I'm alive.